Are
Hey, I wanna
conservatives
speak
counterfeiting
to
Christianity?
the current political Christian narrative that's going on out here. And most black folks are non-Gentiles are confused possibly with what is going on. Because what I'm seeing is this move to connect the political Gentile version of Christianity as a staple of what is right when it's not at all. Be careful, because this is what happened from the very beginning. Paul warned when the church started, the Gentiles was left on the outside. When Jesus came, he went to the Jews only. And he said, do not go in the way of the Gentiles at that point, because he had to give the Jews a chance. Then later he sent Paul to the Gentiles, who are the Europeans. Keep that in mind. He sent Paul later to the Gentiles, who are the Europeans. Cornelius was the first Gentile convert. And so God, by a mighty hand, he revealed himself to Simon Peter by allowing him to see a sheep with all type of unclean animals. And 3 times Simon heard, Simon, rise, kill, eat. And he said, Lord, I don't eat anything unclean. And the Lord let him know that what I have cleaned, keep that in mind, what I have cleaned, thou should not call common. And later Peter realized he was sending him to the Gentiles, who the Jews, who are non-Gentiles, keep that in mind, the Jews view the Gentiles as unclean people. But now he was getting ready to send Paul as the apostle to the Gentiles. And where did Paul go? He went to Europe. Yes, all Europeans are Gentiles. And so Paul began to teach them and adopt them in by faith, because they had nothing to do with the law. They had nothing to do with the Jews. They had nothing to do with the Old Testament in any great way. They had nothing to do with the promise of Abraham. They had nothing to do with Israel. They had nothing to do with Semitic people. They had nothing to do with any of that. And so Paul began to go to Ephesus, which is in Europe, Galatia in Europe, Colossians in Europe, Rome, all those places he went to was in Europe. He was adopting them in. And he began to warn them, O foolish Galatians, who have bewitched you? They began to twist the scriptures up then and counterfeit and pervert the gospel so fast. And so this is what we're dealing with now. This is another phase of that. So you better beware and really pay attention and look to the God of heaven and not